Death in the family sparks suspicion. My brother-in-law passed away recently, and at first, things appeared to be straightforward. But once we began speaking with another family member, the whole situation unraveled in the most unexpected and painful way. We live overseas, while most of our family is in the US. We've always tried to maintain open lines of communication, but, as many people know, families can be complicated. Secrets get kept. Information gets filtered. We first experienced this years ago, when my father-in-law became ill. No one told us anything until after he had died. The same thing happened again with my mother-in-law. It was painful, but we tried to give people the benefit of the doubt. Then came my brother-in-law's illness, and death, and this time, things felt even more off. He was relatively young, not yet 60, with kids still at home. One day we received a phone call telling us he'd been moved into hospice. It was abrupt and upsetting. My husband was devastated. When he tried speaking to his brother's wife, her responses were cold and dismissive. Things like, "It is what it is, and there's nothing we can do now." She said they had decided hospice was the best route, but the conversation felt more about her own comfort than about what was truly best for him. We asked if my husband could speak to his brother, and we're told he's not taking calls. But then we heard from someone else that he was still walking around, talking, and even having visitors. So we said, "Okay, then we'll come see him." Her response, No, he's not seeing anyone. Just his kids and me. This might make more sense if they had been a close couple. But here's the thing, they hadn't lived together for nearly 4 years. And yet now, she was presenting herself as the doting, loving wife, speaking in religious platitudes, emphasizing how much she loved him, how she would do anything for him, and how God will guide him. Meanwhile, my husband's texts went completely unanswered. We were in the middle of looking at flights when I received a message, not even a direct phone call, saying that he had passed away. The message simply said, "Please pass this on to your husband." I had to wake my husband up and tell him his brother was gone. The grief hit him like a train. He was furious, hurt, and confused that no one had even called him personally. When he phoned his brother's wife, she dismissed his anger, blaming the time difference. We're only 7 hours ahead. Then she hung up, blocked his number, and cut us off completely. I tried reaching out separately, just to ask if we could help in any way, and she blocked me too. Eventually, we got in touch with other relatives and started to piece things together. What we discovered was deeply unsettling. The obituary had been written using artificial intelligence, and much of it was false. It claimed he had passed surrounded by family and friends, but in reality, he died alone. She was reportedly out to dinner with her daughter's partner when he passed. The whole thing felt like a performance, carefully controlled, tightly managed, and deeply misleading. My husband is heartbroken. He never got to say goodbye. He never even got the chance to speak to his brother one last time. And now, the one person who could answer questions, his brother's wife, has shut everyone out and refuses to speak. Some family members have even begun to speculate about whether something more sinister happened. It seems odd that, despite their years of separation, she suddenly stepped into the spotlight as the grieving widow, controlling the narrative and access, and now potentially inheriting everything. We're left with questions, confusion, and a deep sense of betrayal. Have others experienced anything like this? How do you begin to make peace with something so unresolved and unfair? Answer me in the comments. Thanks.